I got the idea for the Treasure Award because everywhere you look, there's some treasure in Squirrel Hill. Well, it has to be somebody who impacts the community.
You know, she first got involved in politics in the 30s. She was about an 18-year-old student. Eleanor Roosevelt came to town. She was in the audience in the Hill District where she grew up and hasn't looked back since.
She learned that government was intended to help people, was intended to make life a little bit better. You know, as Aristotle said, towns should be built so as to protect their inhabitants and at the same time make them happy. Sophie embraced that and she embodied that. That was her whole approach when she was in government service, and she worked at it day and night.
When I think about Mayor Masloff, the word that comes to mind is vision. And as a young boy growing up in Oakland, I was a paper boy. And I remember delivering the newspaper in the late 80s, right about the time when she had the vision for PNC Park.
She saw a problem that the city should have corrected, or the city should not have even permitted to occur. She got on that case and she stayed on that case, and she knew what buttons to push throughout the bureaucracy, and she did not give up. She did not relent until it was rectified.
Well, I feel a great pride of being in one of the nicest neighborhoods in the city, and I think the people are interested, and I think we have a lot of input in the neighborhood.
When we talk about all of the great things that we have as a neighborhood, it's the people who work hard every day, day in and day out, the business owners, the community leaders, you know, the residents who take care of their neighborhood.
Robert's a top-flight businessman. His reputation is, I think, speaks for itself when you see how many stores they have, how many employees they have, about 700, about 14 stores, and the fact that their employees are loyal and stay for long periods of time.
He sets a tone for the other employees so that many of our employees are involved in all kinds of other activities. We've had folks who went down to volunteer for Hurricane Katrina and clean up on that. There was a series of tornadoes in Missouri. A group of employees went to help there.
That's the kind of guy he is, and more importantly, I think you can tell what kind of guy he is by his dedication to the Howard Levin Clubhouse.
It's a congregate setting for adults with mental illness, and it provides really some wonderful services, interactive services, where part of the therapy and part of the healing process is interacting with other members of their community. And it's been a wonderful program, and I know my mother helped to get it established as a memorial for my brother Howard, who passed away in the early 90s. And we're all really thrilled that it's thrived, flourished, and is doing so well. It's a great organization.
The Levin store is a key store to Squirrel Hill, to the whole mix of business, and they're a very reliable store. I mean, last year, the store burned out. It would have been an opportunity for a furniture store in a recession to close, but they didn't. They didn't just take their insurance proceeds and run. They took them and rebuilt and reopened.
I think we have unsung heroes, people who do wonderful things for each other all day long, things that are so unexpected.
People that really care and want to give up their own time. And look, and I think, what is the ingredient that they have?
Deb knows the community. She knows the people in the community. She makes a huge effort to understand the community. And consequently, she has that art of being able to digest what it needs. And as a result, she delivers.
I think that Deb is a very good manager, and she knows the business, from production to PR to budgeting to community outreach.
She gives of her time, and as I said before, she listens intently. And consequently, she understands the community to the degree that a lot of people just don't get their feet that wet.
Well, I look back at 1954, actually, when the organization started, as the first educational media company licensed to a community anywhere in the country. So I look at WQED and public broadcasting, public television in particular, as Pittsburgh's gift to the world. Not only does the community provide the lion's share of the support to WQED, but WQED also tries to reflect that community back in pretty much a perfect circle.
Go, Deb.
Oh, Forbes and Murray. Ooh, that's action.
The center of the universe.
Energy.
Vitality.
I've heard it called the center of the universe.
Because it's a significant intersection.
It really just has a heart, like you feel like you're part of the community there. It's really important.
It's kind of the place to be.
You can see one or two of everything every day crossing through that intersection.
Such a diversity of people. I can hear different languages when I'm crossing the street.
So many different types of people there, moving about their business.
In dress, in body challenges, colors of hair, colors of skin.
There's so many ages of people in the neighborhood.
They're very enriching, you meet people, and it's just always great to talk to people and learn, who they are, where they're from, and just exchange a few words.
People always sitting on the steps in the spring and the summer and eating ice cream cones and enjoying the neighborhood.
It's fun to stroll on Forbes in the block between Murray and Shady.
Being able to be free and relaxed and strolling on a quiet day, or finding refuge in the library or the center on a very, very hot day or a very cold day.
Just the fact that there's, a church there and a library
the
there.
JCC, a lot of businesses that are really integral to the definition of Squirrel Hill.
A gas station left, and now we have a local pharmacy that serves the community well.
There are entrepreneurs out there, family businesses for the most part, businesses that provide services that the big box stores can't provide, that just draw people to Squirrel Hill from all over.
Places to go, places to dine. Need I say the Manor, everybody's favorite place, and the Murray Hill Cafe, when you can get in, and the Levin's mattress store.
The park is about a block in the other direction. It just has all the amenities that I would look for in a neighborhood.
It's a neighborhood where you can grow old and still get around, and you don't have to be dependent upon a car. You can get on buses and you can run all of your errands in a certain really small space.
I'm often crossing and seeing folks and running into neighbors there.
It has really kind of tied together the neighborhood over the many generations of people that have called Squirrel Hill their home.
When the mayor died, and they decided to have his funeral procession come through the neighborhood because Bob O'Connor was such a big part of Squirrel Hill.
The corner hosted a petting zoo, for instance, with lots of animals around on the church lawn.
People just lined up around those front windows on Forbes and Murray in the library to witness that.
There was a demonstration, and I believe there was candlelight on our steps and on that corner.
Actually, I was off very ill a few years ago, and I received numerous cards and letters from people that I probably didn't even know. It would be your lady that catches 61B, or your fellow college people, or Anne who walks her dog, Murray.
May I help you? Or if somebody has a child that's wandering away, grabbing that child and saying, let's wait for your mom.
When I'm on my way to work at 6 a.m., I see people out there volunteering, picking up garbage, doing so quietly.
Serving the people in the neighborhood on a day-to-day basis.
And it just really reminded me how much we're connected.
You are a family, because it's a great community.
That's our city. That's what we do. We make people welcome and comfortable and go out of our way to make sure that they're happy here.